Have you ever wondered what drove the 13 colonies to declare independence from Britain? Picture this, an era of growing discontent, a time when the 13 colonies were chafing under the British Parliament's ever-tightening grip. The colonies felt restricted, controlled, and their voices ignored. The seeds of resentment were sown with the passing of the Stamp Act in 1765, a law that imposed taxes without the consent of the colonies. Then came the Boston Tea Party of 1773, a bold act of defiance that saw colonists dumping 342 chests of British tea into the harbor. This was not just about tea, it was a statement, a rejection of unjust taxation. Each chest that plunged into the water echoed a resounding call for freedom. Tensions were high, the air was thick with anticipation. It was clear that the colonies yearned for something more: independence. In the face of growing unrest, what steps did the colonies take towards their independence? Our story unfolds in the tumultuous year of 1774. The American colonies, chafing under the yoke of British rule, made a bold move. They convened the First Continental Congress. This was a gathering of representatives from 12 of the 13 colonies, united by a common cause, to address the harsh and unjust policies imposed by Britain. Their first course of action was diplomatic. They drafted a petition to King George III, articulating their grievances and imploring him to rectify the situation. However, their pleas fell on deaf ears. The king dismissed their concerns outright, leaving the colonies in a state of heightened tension. As the year 1775 dawned, the first shots of the American Revolutionary War were fired. The situation had escalated beyond words and negotiations. The colonies were now in open conflict with the motherland. In this climate of war and defiance, the Second Continental Congress convened. This time their intent was clear: they sought independence. Among the delegates was a certain Thomas Jefferson, a man of eloquence and conviction. He was entrusted with the task of drafting a document that would change the course of history. The Declaration of Independence was born from his quill. It was a powerful testament to the colonies' desire for self-governance and freedom from British rule. The drafting process was arduous and fraught with debates and revisions. Yet, amid the smoke of war and the fervor of revolution, the Declaration emerged. It was a beacon of hope in the turbulent sea of conflict, a symbol of the colonies' unwavering resolve. Finally, on the 4th day of July, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was formally adopted. The 13 colonies had taken a stand, boldly declaring their intent to be free. They were no longer just colonies. They were united in their quest for freedom, bound by the ideals of liberty and justice. With the ink dry on the Declaration of Independence, the 13 colonies were now the United States of America. So, what did the Declaration of Independence truly signify? It was more than a statement of separation from Britain. It was a groundbreaking assertion of human rights. Its core principles, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, established a new paradigm in governance, one where the power derived from the consent of the governed. The Declaration was not just a document, it was a symbol of freedom, a rallying cry for those yearning for self-determination. Its influence reverberated beyond the shores of the nascent United States, inspiring other global revolutions. From France to Latin America, its echoes could be heard in the calls for liberty and equality. Its principles have been enshrined in numerous international human rights declarations, shaping the way we perceive and protect human dignity. Its words continue to resonate, reminding us of our inherent rights and the power of the people. The Declaration of Independence, thus, stands as a beacon of liberty, inspiring generations to fight for their right to self-determination.